talking about that guy. He's like a African American dude with like Einstein gray hair.
Yep. Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. I did a video. He had a little conference on stage with Neil deGrasse Tyson running around like a ham.
Yep.
But yeah. So basically, they're saying that he's comparing. Basically pictographs or whatever, pictures of algorithms that look similar. So one set of algorithms or equations describes string theory, and the other set of algorithms and equations describes or is applied to like a web browser software code. And these are like pictures of what that code looks like. I don't know how they do the representations, but that's the representation of the code as a picture, and they look similar. And so therefore they're making a connection between the internet code and the code which is quote unquote writ in the fabric of the universe. But what they're failing to see is that code is a human construct.
Correct.
Ones and zeros, that's something that we invented, and algorithms and equations are always going to be very similar because math is sort of a universal language. So there isn't a connection between the fabric of the universe and a computer program. The connection is that people use code and algorithms, in one way to apply it to a software program, and they use it in another way to describe string theory. But there's no correlation between the two other than people use numbers that are similar for application or theory.
Well, John, I don't know if you've heard my theory, but I mean, I think that when I saw that and I started looking into that, I pretty much saw, and I'm going to do a video on it, that I think I know exactly where all these space equations came from and where all these distances were kind of zeroed in, and it all came from Vannevar Bush and Claude Shannon. And Claude Shannon is the one who invented number theory and information theory. He's the first one. Before him, people didn't understand that you can send data as zeros and ones. So he's the one that, actually, you don't even hear his name, and this is probably why, because he's the one that found out that at the time they thought you could send telephone wires, and you could send video, or you could send photos, whatever, but they thought it all had to be separated and in different lines and in different cables. And nobody knew that you could encode each and individual, they call it information theory, that you could send information no matter what form it is, from video to pictures to data to numbers. Whatever you wanted to send, you could send it as a simple group of yes and no's, zeros and ones, true or false. When he discovered this, then it became, the whole world took off from there. Everything that we get now with the information age and technology came from Claude Shannon, who was big ups with Vannevar Bush. Well, who is Vannevar Bush? Look into him and you'll find out